Hi guys, welcome to the Music B&B. My name is Callum and today I'm going to be ranking all of the 1st of October's discography. All the songs within it, we're going to put them into a ranking list. Please bear in mind that this is a list of my personal 1st of October favourites, so don't let it get to you if I put one of your songs in a lower down ranking. 1st of October have just recently released an album called Across the Road, which was actually filmed in just one day at Abbey Road. If you don't know much about 1st of October, they are a band that are spearheaded by Andrew Wong and Rob Scallon of YouTube, and they meet once a year to record an album within 10 hours or 12 hours, something like that. They try and record an album in a day, which is a very hard feat to do. They're currently onto their 5th album. They've been doing it for 5 years, minus a gap for COVID of 2 years. So let's get ranking. Let's start with these songs. So let's get into it. Let's start ranking these songs. So our first song is called Woo. I really love Woo. I really like the energy for it. It's the first song they ever made. Just to try and come up with like some lyrics together, they just basically started going woo. And it worked really well. I think S tier because it has that energy. It has that passion. It's the first ever one. Can't Be Stopped is good. Can't Be Stopped, I feel, is not as higher impact of the song. You've got Andrew singing on it. It's really nice. I feel like maybe if they had time to put Rob on it as well, especially on the choruses, it could have hit a bit harder. That being said, it's still a really good song. I'm going to put it into B tier. Then we've got Two Friends, which is just a hilarious track. It's not a very good track, but lyrically themselves, if you heard this and you didn't know the context behind the song, you'd think, what the hell is this song? I would put it in C. It makes me laugh every time I hear it. I enjoy it, but it's not like one of their best. I'm going to say the same with Don't Go to My House, because Don't Go to the House is about asking someone if you can go to the house first instead of just going over. But maybe I'll move it up because it's actually the first time I think we meet Greg, and Greg plays quite important part in the 1st of October discography, although very sad he hasn't featured really in the past 2 albums, and that needs to come back. Don't Go is an absolutely beautiful song, and considering it was their first time ever trying to record together, Don't Go Too Soon, Don't Go Just Because I Do. I mean, it's a really nice, really lovely song. Rollerblading as well is an absolute screamer. It's going to go into S. I just sing it sometimes with myself, like, whoa, rollerblading. It's just so good, so catchy, really thoughtful, interesting lyrics that are new and original. Love it. Things to Do. I think that's another like Rob lyrics, but I do really actually enjoy it. Yeah, it's going in A. And what I really like about this first album is they're not as serious as they are in more recent albums. You know, if they make a mistake, you can hear that. And I think I love almost the badness of some of the songs and how terrible some of them sound because of them messing up. But it makes me smile because it just sounds like two friends having fun. And I think that is what the 1st of October is all about. And sometimes that gets lost, especially if we get to later songs. But at the moment, yeah, very good. Okay, next one is Always. Always is an okay song. I really like the guitar playing on it from Rob. Doody doo doo doody. Doody doody doody. It just kind of gets a bit repetitive. I'm probably going to put it in D. Always is okay. The singing's nice from Andrew. Spoilers for Play Dead's Inside is a bit of a weird one too. It's just lyrics for a game that Rob liked. Don't really know the game. Bit of an unusual one. I'm going to actually put, this is an unusual one, possible band names. The band actually ran out of time, so instead of coming up with lyrics to a song, Andrew just kind of stood in front of the microphone and came up with band names related to the Goo Goo Dolls or the Foo Fighters by combining them together, like Foo Foo Dolls and Goo Fighters, which was kind of funny. I'm gonna put it in C. I don't know what else they could have really done with that song, but I like it. And then we move on to the next album, which is Gourmet Ravioli. Probably on this album it has the most well-known song by the 1st of October, which is Ravioli, which is an absolute banger. We'll get onto that soon. We'll start with the 1st of October. And I tell you what, I think they hit their stride a bit this year. It was their 2nd year doing it, and I think the producer was kind of taken aback by how much he had to do because it was kind of sprung on him. But the 2nd year, he was more prepared, and that really helped them. They also kind of knew how to work together with each other better. 1st of October is an absolute banger. That's S tier song. I could sing that. I sing that every year when it's the 1st of October. It's just such a good song. It's like their theme song, really. Coffee, yeah, that's a good song about coffee. I love the messing up on this song as well when they're not sure what to sing. I think I'll put it into B. Probably not any higher than that. It's a decent song. But then I don't even need to tell you guys, Ravioli just goes all the way up here. It's a song about the expensive pricing of ravioli, and it made their front cover. The bass line on it is incredible. The singing from Rob is hilarious. It's just a great song all round, and they know it. They created magic there in that moment. October 1st, I do really, really enjoy. I'm quite a hardcore person. I really do like hardcore punk sounds, and that is just a hardcore punk song. I wouldn't say it's amazing, but
it's October 1.
What?
quite catchy, quite cool. Really love it. I'm a big fan of this next one as well, Climb That Mountain. It feels like a musical song. Andrew getting into his musical mind, Climb That Mountain, really enjoying that. Especially just like the first line, like, living in the city, it sounds like that kind of song. It's the kind of song where you'd be like going down a street whilst playing a piano. 31st of October, this is where they start to really lean into their Halloween type songs, and they go a bit far with it in later albums, maybe a bit too much at times, but this is their first song about Halloween, and it's basically a guy trying to sell costumes walking around the street. It's a bit of just like off the cuff ad-libbing. I personally enjoy it, but it's not one of their best songs. I'm going to put it into D, definitely 31st of October. Valerie is a beautiful song, but it's definitely not one of my favorites of their soft. It doesn't compare to Don't Go, because that was great. I'm probably going to put it into B. Ben Wyatt, a song about a friend called Ben Wyatt who loves calzone. I do like the guitar playing on it. I think that's going to make it C instead of D, but in terms of the actual lyrical content, it's not incredible. Please do bear in mind throughout all of this, though, I love every single 1st of October song, and I listen to them probably more than most people. So if I'm saying a song's bad, it's just bad compared to the other ones. We Didn't Have Time to Get Lyrics on this one is not a great song. You can see they were struggling towards the end of this album. If you watch the video back, they're just so confused about what to do. To be fair, the actual song itself, the instrumentation, I've racked my brain trying to think of things I could sing on the top of that beat, and I can't think of much. It's quite a difficult song to come up with lyrics to, I think. And then the last song is Do You Want To? Do You Want To? I actually do like that one. I think it's going to be a B. Then we go on to their third album. It's called Greg, or Gotta Record Everything Good. A really, really good album. I think this is peak 1st of October, where they're both in their stride, both working together, all pistons blaring. They even had time to make 11 songs instead of 10. Starting off with the first track, which is Miracle. I do enjoy Miracle. I think it's a good song. I always have a problem with where it's placed on the album as the first song. I do feel like Feels So Right is more of an intro, like, yeah, bursting through the door kind of song, whereas Miracle feels a bit slower. And although it is probably one of their best on the album, it is not in the right place for me. Feels So Right, very Weezer-esque song. I do enjoy it. I love the way it comes bursting in. I wish it was the first song on the album. It's an okay song, though. I'm going to put it as C because it doesn't compare to the power of Bookmobile, one of their best songs. It's heavy but hilarious. It's like a Rage Against the Machine type song, but it's about books. So yeah, really enjoy that. It's about Rob's mum who sells books to all the grade 4s. Yeah, it's hilarious as a lyrical concept, but it works. After that, we have I Am Not Afraid, which feels like a bit of a rush job lyrically. It's about not being scared of eating at a restaurant because of the last time. Something like that. It's going D. It's okay. It's not great. Apology Melody is it's like a minute-long song about someone burning the roast. Or burning the food anyway for a party, ruining the party. I really enjoy it. It's short but sweet. Some great stuff by Rob there. Apology Melody. Yeah, if you haven't listened to it, please do. Then we have probably one of my favorite songs because it has, like, everyone who was there for the recording day was involved, and it is Greg. The song Greg is incredible. I really do love Greg. That is an S-tier song. It's just like his theme song. It's amazing. Give it a listen if you haven't. It's hilarious. Then we have Trick or Treat, probably like their second, or is it third maybe? Yeah, second Halloween type song about having a special bag of candy for some kids during Halloween. It's hilarious. I love the way it speeds up. It's very sort of janky. So you really like it. I think it's an A song there, and it's probably one of their best Halloween songs. And I'm not a massive fan of the 1st of October's Halloweeny songs, but this one's decent. We have Grandad's Dinner Party. I'm just gonna put that in D. I don't want to explain it to you. Just give it a listen. It's not that great. Temporary is a lovely sort of Midwestern style song that they created. It does get a bit repetitive to the end, but that's the point of it. Next up, we have Never Say Goodbye, which is actually one of their longest songs. A lot of the 1st of October songs are short because of the time constraints they have when they're making their album, but Never Say Goodbye is like over 4 minutes, and it's a really powerful song. It's really fun and enjoyable to listen to. I'm putting it in A because it's... Oh, that's B. Let's put it in A. It's a power ballad. It's a power ballad song, and if you like power ballads, this is the one for you, definitely. Yeah. Just realised my video is a bit janky, so I'm just changing it. Then we have the 11th song, which is a bit of a non-starter. They just had a little bit of time left to make a song, so they kind of just did that very quickly. It cuts off partway through. I do like that it cuts off, partway through the song because their time was up, and I do like that they were staying true to those the time limit that they had. Then we go on to their 4th album, which is called Chaos, which is a very sort of heavy album. I think Rob very much led the way in a lot of the tracks in this one. It's not really my favorite because of its short runtime and many songs that are about Halloween, but it's okay. Our first song is Spooky Time. It has some references to older tracks in it lyrically, and it's an okay song. I'm going to put it into C. Our next one is Headless, which is about a headless horseman, has a dentist who doesn't make much money. Another sort of screamy song. But in terms of how it works, it doesn't really work out too well for me. Good Enough is our next track. It's a decent enough track about hanging on because someone's messing you up. It's a song about not feeling good enough. It's okay. It's got some nice guitar passages, but it's nothing to sort of, write home about. I'm going to put it in C. Riff Lord's an interesting one. It's about someone trying to smuggle guitar pedals through customs. The more, like, if you haven't heard of First of All, you think, what are they talking about? Yeah, it's D for me. It's not too interesting. Headless and Riff Lord in D. Whee! I have to move this. I'm going to smallify it. I have to make myself smaller so you can see my tier list. This is professional YouTubing at its finest. Okay, next up we have Jangly Bones. When the Moon's Full, Shake Your Jangly Bones. Another sort of Halloween song. It's okay. It's got a nice catchy rhythm to it. It's going in C. I'm not much a fan, as you can tell, of Chaos compared to other albums. We've got one that's, again, kind of a non-mover, but I do enjoy it because its lyrics are so simple. It's Halloween, and it is so heavy. I do love a nice sort of heavy death metal kind of thing going on. Yeah, so It's Halloween is going to go in C. It's okay. I Left My Pants in Chicago. That's an A-tier song. It's a sort of American Southwest song about leaving your pants in Chicago. It's great. Then we have Lonely Angel, another sort of calm, nice song. Give it a listen. It reminds me a bit of Valerie. It's a nice, decent enough calm song. Yeah. Love to Say I Love You is another calm song, and I'd say it goes above Lonely Angel for me. Love to Say I Love You. It's about Andrew's kid. It's really nice. It's a lovely song. And then we have Find the Way. We'll Find the Way is kind of another power ballad thing to finish the album off. It's decent, and I kind of wish there was more of the songs towards the end of Chaos. I wish there was more at the start. I think it was very metal based. So yeah, I think Find the Way is... let's put it in B. Then we got onto their most recent album, which is the Abbey Road album. It's called Across the Road. I have to say, it's probably my favorite so far. It's a shame that Rob wasn't feeling too well on the day, because it was very much just Andrew making music for most of the time, or at least it seemed that way. Rob did contribute quite a lot on drums and guitar. He just didn't contribute vocally. So you got to remember that Rob did contribute quite a lot. He just wasn't contributing vocally because he was feeling ill, and I hope he's feeling better. Let's start with Across the Road, probably the most Beatles sounding thing I could imagine with, and I think Andrew must have come with something in his mind to make that, because there's no way he sat down and he hadn't thought of what to make. As musicians, we visualize what we're going to make before we make it, and I think he had some of these songs on his mind during the day. If you're planning to go to Abbey Road to make this, there's no way you can't think of things to make, even if you're not playing them. So I think he had this in his mind, but it's an amazing, beautiful way to open an album. It's an S tier song, definitely. Abbey Road is a hilarious sort of country style song. It's the pun on Abbey Road, but a woman called Abby who's rowing. Please watch all the videos if you haven't. It's a great song. It's going S. It's Good to Be Back feels very much like that Railroad Beatles type songs that they used to create, especially in the early days. I do enjoy it. I wouldn't say it's an incredible song. It feels weird for it to be the third track in, because it says it's good to be back, but I can't imagine Across the Road not being the intro track, so I guess it does have to go somewhere. And then we have to talk about Usually. It's probably Rob's only song where it's like purely Rob in it, or mostly Rob, and it's so heartfelt. It's about not being able to write, not enjoying yourself, finding things difficult, and it is, in my opinion, the best on Abbey Road. And even I'd go as far to say that one of the best 1st of October songs that have been made. Like, it's ridiculously good. Next up we have Dorian, a song that was created using the Dorian scale, about Andrew's song Dorian. It has a sort of James Bond-esque vibe to it. It is such a cool song, well thought out, well put through. I'm going to put that into the S tier as well. It just goes so hard, and it just reminds me of like the Beatles when they went really extra on songs, just like A Day in the Life, that kind of thing. It just sounds so extra, especially at the end. It just goes crazy with him shouting. It's so good. Pretty Raw is our next song, and that is just an instrumental track. It was actually Andrew and Rob were convinced by the others in the room to just keep that as an instrumental track. In my opinion, I think I would have liked to have heard some vocals on it in some places, but I can see why they didn't want to do, because it does sound very pretty. I'm going to put it in A because it is a really nice, pretty song, and it wasn't spoiled by any terrible lyrics. That is good. Our next one is Magic, which is a very sort of Beatlesy song as well. There's a lot of Beatlesy sounding songs in this one. Magic has some beautiful harmonies. It's very positive and upbeat. It reminds me of sort of a mix between maybe a Paul and a George kind of track. It has that kind of positive sounding vibe to it. I do like Magic. It's not an incredible song by any means, so I think I'm going to put it into the B tier. I think it's a great song, but it's not incredible in any way. And we've only got 3 songs left. Another one is Sunlight. That kind of Sunlight reminds me a bit of Magic. It's got that kind of positive upbeat vibe. It's very similar, and it's in that world like Magic, so that's going to go through there. And then we have to talk about Make It Through the Night, which is yet another Halloween song by the 1st of October. But unfortunately, because Rob really wasn't feeling that day, I'm not feeling the love for the song or the impact. There was a point when they were making it where Rob even asked Andrew to join in on the lyrics, and maybe if he had, that would have really boosted and given it that energy of it being a Halloween song. But I can't hear what Rob's saying, especially when he goes into the falsetto, and his heart's just not in it, and unfortunately that doesn't make it good. So that's going into D. You can't see it on the screen, but it's going into D. And then our final song is Live Out Loud, which is great, but when I listen to the final version, it actually fades out early, the song does, which begs the question, what happened towards the end of that song? Have a listen. If you haven't listened to it in a while, have a listen to it again. It fades out. It feels like it fades out early, like on the second chorus. It's a bit of an unusual one. I do like it, but the fact that it fades out so early just kind of ruined it a little for me. It's going into C for me. So that is my ranking. I'm going to save it, and I'm going to link it, because, oh my God, the screen's just going crazy. I have no idea what's going on anymore. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Ignore this. This is stupid. So yeah, I'm gonna save it. You can see it linked down below, so you can have a really good look at it, and you can tear me apart in the comments. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys a band that actually mean a lot to me. They're a great band, and I look forward to the 1st of October every single year. It's like a new Christmas for me. I know that they're going to be making music and then releasing it later in the month. So yeah, if you haven't checked out the 1st of October, I'm going to link their videos in the description. They try and make an album in a day, and it's amazing. Yeah. Goodbye, I guess.
Bye, ladies and gentlemen.